How's it going, everybody? So got a little bit of a new setup here. I'm gonna be kind of fiddling around with things a little bit, but hope everybody's doing good. Everybody, first off, everybody in Florida, I'm really happy to hear that the storm died down a bit. Prayers are going out your way. I know a few people out there in that direction, and prayers are going out to you. Hoping everyone out there staying safe, was able to get to safety before all that came through. But all right now we got the XM2 8K. I've been fiddling with it a little bit so far, and man, I really like it so far. It's a really solid mouse. I'm gonna do a little bit of warming up with some Overwatch. Then I'll get into some of my first impressions, what I think of it so far. It has been real good. All right, hold on, I'm gonna get Overwatch loaded up here. How's everybody doing? What's up, Omox? Get a little bit of a warm up going. Oh wow, that was fast. All right. Yeah, so far, really like this. Feels super responsive. I've been using it on 4K with motion sync on, and yeah, it feels really good. Where? Oh my gosh, where? That cable got stuck under there. One thing I still. Oh, wait a minute. Uh oh. I think my mic. Has my mic been off this entire time? need to dive these guys. Great ults, y'all. Ooh, whiffed that one. Oh, there he is. Oh, that was a good sleep. Oof. Let's see. No. Oh, we got some good distance. Oh. Let's try Old Faithful. Oh. So anywho, yeah, this feels good. One thing about the cable with wired mice is every now and then, if you don't get a position just right with like a bungee, sometimes you can get a situation where you go forward, and if you get unlucky, it'll land like that. I don't know how well it's showing on the camera there, but it's not less of a problem if you got a smaller mouse pad because there's going to be less cable here. But if you've got a lot of length and you move forward, see how it folds up. Sometimes you can get really unlucky and it'll land on top of there. And that extra like 5 or 6 millimeters is going to lift the sensor off, so you're not going to get any motion or anything like that. So I could probably tighten this a bit. There we go. Oh, I got a few more views. Oh shoot, 6 viewers. How's it going? That's cool. Thanks for joining. Whoever y'all are, happy to have you. Just getting some warm up. Then we'll go over the mouse. We got the XM2 8K right now. Oh boy. boy. Oh boy. Oh, that was rough. Good save, y'all. Oh, lag. Oof. Crazy healing, y'all. Ooh, that shield was a mistake. He's gonna hammer at any second now. Good game, y'all. Hey, there I am. Alright, let's get in one game with a more aim intensive hero, and then I'll get on with some more thoughts on this thing. In-game always puts out good stuff. Zowie U2. I have not tried that one yet, no. Zowie makes decent stuff. I mean, they're like some of the OGs, man, with mice, but I don't know. They didn't hit the spot for me personally with their mice. I am tempted to try their wireless ones though. Now that they're finally coming out with them, U2 looks pretty interesting. Newer shape, so really curious about that one. ZA13 is at the top of my want to try list as well. Haven't tried that since, man, back forever ago. I did a comparison video of all of the different shapes and did like a little brief guide on picking different mice and stuff. ZA13 was a really weird shape that I liked using, but it also felt really weird. But yeah, U2's on my curious to try list, along with the ZA13. I'm still waiting for them to make a wireless. Finally follow up on the XM2W. I'll still pull out the WE every now and then. There's a couple mice that I come back to a lot. Sora V2. It is a smidge bigger than the Sora. Hold on, I've actually got it. I'll pull it out so I can compare. Hold on. Oh crap! Is my mic on? Oh boy. I'm I'm doing a mouse review on YouTube right now. Oh boy. Okay, hold on. There we go. Ah boy. Okay. All right, let's mute them. But the shape is very similar to the Sora. I got the V2 here. I really like this mouse too. A lot lighter, the Sora, but it's a lot more narrow and a little bit shorter and less curvature. Hold on, let me... I'm focusing a little too hard right now. Take a different angle. No revives for you. Wider sides for XM2. I mean, I get it. I've got pretty wide hands myself. I've been waiting for... I don't know if you've ever tried it. The MM712 Cooler Master. That thing is like a wide, stocky little thing. And it is great. Just they never made a wireless. It's like, oh boy. Oh. But yeah, there was I forget what company made it. Xenix. I think it was Xenix, a Korean company. They made a wireless MM712 clone, and that was really good. There is, if you're interested in like a wider mouse, there's actually a mouse that they're doing a pre-order on. That's a modular mouse called Orbital. I actually pre-ordered it myself. It's really interesting. The sides hump, a lot of stuff on it is modular, so you can swap it out with different parts. Okay, dude. So you can make it like a really wide mouse if you wanted to. Where'd he go? Panic button. Oh. Oh yeah. Check it out. I don't know the exact website, but yeah, it's called Orbital. They're posting a lot on Twitter. I'm pretty sure they've still got their pre-orders open up until the 14th. Pretty cool because all the parts come off and they can put back on really minimal effort. And what I think is really cool is they're fine with doing, how do you say, like aftermarket junk. So if someone really wanted to, they could 3D print like MM712 sides, so you can attach it to the mouse, so you could have really whatever you'd want. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Oof. Oh boy. Oof. Oh, you're good, man. Oh, shoot. Oh, thank you for the sub, man. Yeah. Have a good shift, dude. See you in the next one. Oh. Oh, shoot. Did he reflect me? Oh, he shot me with my own bullet. Feels bad, man. Yeah, it's like, I don't know how much of it is placebo, because it definitely could be. But something about the OP1 8K and the XM2 8K just, it feels different. Just the responsiveness is just weird. Oh, I need healing. I'm back in here. Good game, everybody. Good game, y'all. Take it easy. All right. Okay, feeling pretty warmed up. I'll play a few more rounds after we get to this little review here. Come on. There we go. Cool. So, yeah. XM2, 8K. Wow, what is up with the focus right now? Come on. Sorry about that, guys. This is real nice. Super premium feeling. I was reading on Discord that some people were having some creaking on theirs, and I don't... Like, the only way I can get it to creak is if I squeeze, like, weirdly hard. Like, I'll get it up to the mic. Like, I don't even know how much is really going to pick up there. But I had to squeeze like a lunatic to get this thing to creak at all on the sides. Really almost zero flex on the sides. Hump is good. The bottom plate, and this is true of even the best mice right now. I don't know why there are a lot of people that get weird about it. I personally don't care, but since it's something that people care about, there's a little tiny bit of flex on the bottom plate near where the bottom skate is. But again, like, I don't know what sociopath is like picking up their mouse and squeezing down there. Like, it's not going to happen. If you use it like a normal mouse, then yeah, this thing's built fantastically. The clicks are very light, very, very light. I am noticing on mine that the right and left click do have a little bit of a different sound to them. Let me get the mic over here again. This is the left click, right click. So it is like a little bit more muted on that left click. It doesn't feel any different. No pre-travel. There's just a little bit of post-travel, but just enough that it feels good. Doesn't feel bad at all. Side clicks are great. Very firm. Have a good sound to them too. Scroll wheel feels exactly the same if you've used the WE, the scroll wheel feels very similar. It is a little bit smoother. The steps are not as well defined compared to the WE. Now the scroll click has a more muted sound compared to the WE. This is the WE. And this is the 8K. It's also got a little bit more of a firm feel to it. I actually like the scroll wheel on the I think I like it more on the 8K here, the wired. Does feel a little bit, it just feels a little bit more premium. Coating feels pretty much the same, but just like, I mean, really all of their mice, and really any mouse with a decent coating picks up oil like real bad. I mean, you can pretty obviously see where the man, I don't know why the focus is being so goofy. Where the skin oil gets picked up. There's really not much way around it. I mean, if you're like really, if it's something that really bothers you, you could just like, I don't know, keep a microfiber cloth or something with you and wipe it down. It does come off without too much effort, but with Endgame's coating, really strongly recommend not to use anything like how do you say, like alcohol or anything like that. If you use anything, just like a light spray of water on the cloth and then wipe the mouse. Don't get the mouse wet. Like a light spray on the cloth and then like wipe it down, or just like, you know, breathe on it a little bit and get some condensation and then wipe it. The cable is, it looks deceptively bulky. It's very thick, but for the thickness of it, it's pretty lightweight, and it is moderately flexible. It is not the most flexible, but because it's so lightweight, you really don't notice it very much in game. Though I would say a bungee is pretty much mandatory. If it's flopping around because of the fact that it's so bulky, like even with the bungee, I've had a couple times where I accidentally moved forward and I ended up landing on top of the cable, and that kind of screwed me over. They do have this nice angle here, so that helps to lift it up off of the mouse. The mouse pad, minimizing how much it's like dragging on the mouse pad there. I don't know why more people don't default to this, even with their wireless cables, which Endgame does. Their wireless mouse cables have that bend built in, and it is really nice for if for some reason like you let your battery run down on your WE or something. You can charge it and still not have to worry so much about the cable dragging around. Response time and the sensor performance are pretty stellar. It's using all the same internals as the OP1 8K. So all the performance is, I mean, I don't have testing equipment for latency and sensor performance, but I do go and do some just, you know, research online. There are a lot of people who do a lot of objective testing on sensor performance and click latency. And I mean, OP1 is sub 1 millisecond response time, like 0.6 milliseconds, which is insane. Like we've really reached the point of diminishing returns in terms of response time, sensor performance. Now, does that mean we shouldn't be, you know, pushing for better and better equipment, better quality and performance? No, of course not. There's always room for improvement. And heck, before they came out with these switches, heck, the Kale GX switches in here, I mean, a lot of people didn't really have any idea of what improvements could come out. You know, then we came out with the optical switches. Insane, like, switch life with those things. The response time was crazy. So who knows? Who knows what's going to come out next in terms of the parts and sensors and everything. But we really are at a point of diminishing returns where, like, this is really, practically speaking, the best performance that you're going to get Like, I mean, even back with when we were using the 3370, like what's in the, I guess what's in the WE, practically speaking, it's a perfect sensor. Like the accuracy is so close to perfect. I mean, the number of times that you're playing a competitive game and you using a 3370 compared to them using a 3395 or a 3950, the number of times that your sensor is going to be the reason that you lost a game is going to be 1 in like 10,000. like the like the difference between performance and sensors and switches nowadays in well-made mice, like, you know, like a cheapo whatever Red Dragon mouse, of course the performance isn't going to be there because it's not just the sensor, it's not just the switches, it's also how they're implemented. You have to implement them correctly, use the right firmware, have good design for it to work the way it's intended. But yeah, I mean, we've reached that point, in my opinion, like diminishing returns. It's it's going to be so close to impossible to get any better than we're at right now with these 8K. The only bummer, man, like I just wish they had the XM2. I still had my pre-order active, and I'm still holding that up. Hopefully it'll be within the next few months, but who knows? But now the other question to ask is, with a cable, like, what do I think of the cable compared to having a wireless mouse? Now, if all things considered, with the insane performance of this thing, sub 1 millisecond response time for the clicks, as well as a more accurate sensor and a lower latency sensor response compared to the WE, which is wireless, a slightly older sensor, but it's wireless. I still, at this point, personally, I prefer the wireless. Not because of the sensor, not because of the performance. I just like to have a minimally cluttered, like I've got all this junk here. My desk does not normally have all this junk. Like I try and keep it pretty minimal. A couple things just for, you know, like a decoration here and there. But I hate visual clutter, and this just doesn't look awesome on the desk. Now, in terms of performance, like, yeah, there's nothing that you can beat. There's really nothing that can beat this right now. I'm also a firm believer that a cable is not going to make you worse at aiming or whatever. Like going wireless doesn't make you better than you could be with a wire. You can be totally 100% accurate with a wire as well as without a wire. There's just an adjustment period, especially if you're used to a wireless mouse and you switch over to something like this mouse. Yeah, you're gonna notice it a little bit. But humans are very adaptable. That's how we've survived so long. So if you're someone who's really like min-maxing, like you want the best possible performance, I think end game gear really is the pick right now, because you have the OP1 8K and you have the XM2 8K here, which is just objectively the best performing mice right now. They just are, objectively speaking. Now, that doesn't speak to shape, mouse size. That's also something that you need to consider when you're getting a mouse. But in terms of raw performance, there's very few other mice that get to where this is. I mean, the Viper V3 Pro gets pretty dang close, but it's still not as good as this. In terms of wireless mice, the Death Adder V3 Hyperspeed, the Viper V3 Pro are the best in terms of wireless. In terms of sensor sensor performance and accuracy, latency, and click latency as well. They're the best wireless right now. And then, even then, we're talking about 1 millisecond difference, like between other mice that are quote unquote not as good. And the number of times 1 millisecond is going to make a difference in most gaming situations is so minimal. Because 9 times out of 10, the reason that you lost in a game or you lose a gunfight or something is more about your game sense, like picking the wrong place to be, picking the wrong target, not taking cover, not playing with your team, things like that. And most of the time it's not aim. And that's partly dependent on what game you're playing. I mostly play Overwatch. And in a game like that, the bigger picture is much more important. Now, like something like Valorant or CSGO, yeah, the aim takes a much bigger spot. It's a higher priority. But even then, even at that point, you still have to understand the game mechanics. You need to understand how the map works, what lanes you can go down. Now, forgive me, I don't play Counter-Strike or Valorant very much, despite my channel name being Gecko. I don't play Valorant. I've played it like 4 or 5 times, but even then, you need to understand the map layout, where people spawn, objective points, where they are, just general game mechanics. And that's something that sensor latency doesn't fix. Like, if you suck at a game, getting the best mouse in terms of raw performance isn't going to make you not suck anymore. You just have to learn not to suck. It's all about practice and consistency, like with anything in life. But if you're someone who's like really trying to be the best, and you're min-maxing, trying to get all that, squared away, like make sure you're minimizing every possible reason that you would lose. I mean, the OP1 8K and the XM2 8K, along with a couple others, these are really the top picks. And it's cool because now that they've got the OP, you have 2 options in terms of shape. The XM2 is very much a claw mouse. It really encourages you with the sides to really choke up on it like this. And it feels fantastic for that. But it really is a mouse for medium to large size hands. This is not for smaller hands. My hands are kind of weird. They're the length of a small hand, but the width of like bordering between medium and large. So this feels fantastic to me. I feel like the width is more important than the length in terms of, oh, dude, what the heck? Jonah. Oh, dude, what's up, Jonah? Oh, man. Yeah, dude, we gotta get the gang back together, play some stuff, dude. That'd be sick. It's good to hear from you, man. Oh, shoot, that's cool. Oh, I hope you're doing good too, man. It's been a while. Nah, that's neat. Anyhow, yeah, so what was I saying? Oh, yeah. In my opinion, I think width of a mouse is more important than the length of a mouse, because even if there was like a ton of extra length up here, I'm still gripping it down here. The hump shape makes a bigger difference than just the overall length. And even more than that, I think the width of the mouse is a bigger deal. So for me, this feels fantastic. I really like the OP1, and it does feel very precise because of how narrow it is. It's also a lot safer a shape because it's got those more flat sides. This has a lot more of a curve here. But on top of it just having a curve, there's also, it's hard to verbally describe, but it flares out here so that the curve here is very drastic, but on top it looks very flat. like sideways here. So it really does kind of encourage your fingers to want to slip in right there and kind of put your hand into that claw shape. Whereas with the OP1, it doesn't do that as much. So it's a lot safer. It's also a lot smaller. So if you're someone who's got small to medium, smallish hands, you could also get the OP1 if that raw performance type of thing is what you're looking for. And then, who was it, Tom? Yeah, Tom was asking about the Sora. This is the Sora. You can see it's a little bit smaller. Let me try and get this angle right. It's a little bit hard to see, but it is a touch shorter. It is also a touch narrower, and the curves are less drastic on the Sora V2. In terms of the overall feel, it's very similar. There is a little bit of comfort grooves on the Sora V2, whereas on the XM2, it's really just almost domed out here. So there is definitely a difference in the feel of when your fingers hit there. When you have those comfort grooves, it really does kind of guide your fingers to want to hit the middle right there. Whereas when you've got something more domed like this, you do have a lot more freedom to, like, if you wanted to, I don't know why you would, but if you wanted to put your fingers like way the heck over here or way the heck over here, you can, because there's no dip in it to force your fingers into one place or the other, or at least encourage it to go into one place or another. So, yeah. And don't get me wrong, I really like the Sora V2. Just like stylistically, it's got the little kanji there. The logo's pretty cool, and it's insanely lightweight. Like, this thing feels like a chintzy toy, and not even in a bad way. It's so light you barely feel it. For me personally, I'm totally happy with something between 50 and 65-ish grams. Oh, speaking of, let's weigh this so you can see how much it weighs. They managed to take a decent amount of weight off of this guy. Let's see. Nope. There we go. Grams. Good old metric system. 53 grams. And if I lift this up, I'm assuming I'll probably take off a gram. No. 53 grams. It's kind of hard to see. There we go. Yeah. So 53 grams. That's a pretty dang lightweight mouse. Compared to the wireless. Now this one I do have the skates off. So typically out of the box it's going to be very slightly heavier. 60 grams for the wireless. Some people will hate that. There's a lot of people who are like, oh man, this mouse is... This isn't 40 grams. It's too heavy. I can't move it. Personally, I feel like anywhere between 50 and 65 is like perfectly acceptable. Anything less than that, like, is really cool. And practically speaking, you're eliminating the momentum. Oh, shoot. Hey. Yeah, some people claw their mouse, man. There's a lot of weird grip styles. Claw, there's like, I never understood it, but some people do like this crazy I think they call it pincer claw, where they're like stinking going crazy like this. I feel like they should just call it arthritis grip. Yeah. What was I saying? Thanks for dropping by, the way. Oh yeah, the weight. Yeah. For me personally, I feel like anywhere from 50 to 65 grams is totally acceptable. When you go lower than that, you're eliminating momentum, which is good. Like, from a completely objective point of view, it is better because you're eliminating one more thing that's affecting your control of the mouse. But honestly, I feel like anybody could adapt to 50 to 65. If you have trouble adapting to 50 grams, like you gotta do some push-ups, man. Like, it's not that heavy. But anyway, yeah. So overall, like, this is fantastic. It feels good. The way it feels in game, again, it could be placebo. I think I said that before. It could absolutely be placebo, but it genuinely feels different. It feels weird compared to 1000 hertz, and even other, like if I compare it to Viper V3 with 8K hertz polling rate, it even feels different to that. I don't know why. It could absolutely be placebo, but something about the OP1 8K and the XM2 8K, it just feels, I don't know. The best word I could use for it is it feels more true to life. Like when I click, it happens when I mean it to click. When I move the mouse, it happens when I move the mouse, and it feels like it lands where I want it to land more than the other mice, which is really objectively, like, comparing the objective measurements of the accuracies of these mice with something like the Viper V3, they're so close, like that's impossible. But something about it just feels different. Now, I use this with motion sync turned on, which limits it to 4000 hertz, but I feel like that is more than enough. The testing that I was reading found a very minimal difference in terms of at least sensor performance between 8K and 4K. So, in my opinion, synchronizing the polling rate of the mouse with the USB port it's worth a little bit less response time with the 4000 hertz over the 8000 hertz. Most testers that I've looked at have also seen motion sync adds like 1 millisecond of latency. But I mean, when we're this low with the response time anyway, like, I don't think that matters. I would rather have a little bit smoother sensor motion, in my opinion. But yeah, man, this feels nice. It looks cool. Like you can see they did a lot of design on this thing, and I'm pretty sure it's the same internally with the white. But you can see, like, internally there, they've got not quite honeycomb, but the little triangles. Gives a good structure, but also cuts down on the weight. Just, man, the only bummer is just how oily it gets. Like, I love the way these more grippy mice feel, and I feel like I'm happy to see more and more companies leaning towards using this coating. But man, it just does not. It doesn't look. It's not very cute looking on my desk. So if that's something that bugs you, definitely get the white. I was tempted to get the white frost, but this one got here a day earlier on Amazon, so I got this one. But even then, man, it's just a clean looking mouse. It feels premium. It feels great in hand. Performs fantastic. Only one thing with it is the they don't have the screws exposed, which is a little bit of a bummer. With the OP1, it has the skates designed so that you can easily get to the screws, and they've got the switch packs. So if you wanted to swap out the switches on this mouse as well as the OP1, it's super easy. You just undo the screws, pop it open, and swap out the switches. There's no soldering needed. You don't have to be super techy. It's super, super easy. In fact, since we've got the box here, let's pop it open and see what is in here. Because I saw it for like 15 seconds and then I just kind of forgot. So here are the skates. You get an extra pair of the large skates. The skates that come with it are these smaller ones. So if you want a more consistent glide, you can use these. And I don't mean consistent like in terms of better. What's the word? You do technically get a little bit of a smoother ride with larger skates like this, but it's also a little bit slower. So if you prefer a fast experience, keep these default ones. But if you want something a little bit more controlled and a little bit smoother, you can use these larger skates. Yeah. And then you got the instructions, which are pretty minimal. I mean, you plug it in and you use it. It does have a downloadable driver online. Works fine. Just know that when you download it, I think Windows hasn't cleared it yet on their end since it's a newer program, and they flag it as potentially dangerous. just make sure that when you search it up to download it, you're actually on the real Endgame Gear website. And yeah, it works great. You can adjust the polling rate, all that fun jazz, liftoff distance. Now I'm sure other people have talked everybody's ear off, but the click modes, and let me pull it up so I can give you actually the proper terminology they use. SPDT. They've got different modes for how the clicks work. Off is default, and what this lets you do, it just uses the switches as their default supposed to work. These KLGX switches are really, really interesting the way they're designed. Your typical mechanical switch has the leaf contacts. You push it down, and then once the metal leaf hits the contact, it lets a signal through, and you get your click. With these, there's technically, to my understanding, two contacts. You have a top contact that it is continuously touching, and then there's a second contact, which is when you push down. So you're releasing from the first contact by clicking, while also coming in contact with the second contact. What this SPD lets you do in speed mode is that instead of waiting for the plunger or the leaf, not quite sure what the proper word would be, instead of waiting for the click to go from here down to the second contact, as soon as that plunger, as soon as that leaf loses contact with the top contact, it activates. So it's literally cutting out even more time. So the response time for GX speed mode is stupid. And that's where people are getting these sub 1 millisecond response times. There is also a safe mode, which is if you're someone that's really like slamming your mouse a whole lot, or if you're on a hard pad and like a glass mouse pad, or you're just using it on your desk, the speed mode, there is a risk, since it's so sensitive, there's a risk of you accidentally clicking just by like repositioning and slamming your mouse down. And I did have that happen a few times when I was using a glass mouse pad with this. So the safe mode just eliminates that, makes it a little bit less responsive. The response time is still crazy. It's like I believe it's right at 1 millisecond if I remember the testing correctly. So it's still insanely low. Like you're getting a great response time that beats everything else out. But you're also eliminating that accidental slam clicking, double clicking, that sort of thing. If you're someone that's, pushing for like maximum performance, all that stuff, though, definitely speed mode is the way to go. Motion sync, if you want to max out the pulling rate, you can go up to 8,000 hertz and just turn off motion sync. But you have to have a system that can do it. Not everybody's got a computer system that can run that. That takes up a lot of CPU, and if you don't have like a bit of a monster of a system, then it's going to cause system latency. So it kind of defeats the purpose of having a low latency, high performance mouse if your system can't keep up with it. The other thing to consider is I'm using this on a 240 hertz monitor. If you don't have a really high hertz monitor, there's also no point to it as well. 1000 hertz will be more than enough. If you're running like 60 to 144 hertz, I wouldn't suggest you trying to go to 8,000 hertz. Now, the click response will still be fantastic, and that will still be an objective benefit, albeit something that's, very minimal. But it'll still be there, and it would benefit you. I'm just not sure how. Like, I wouldn't tell someone to go out of their way if they didn't already have everything else set up for that system to go buy an 8,000 hertz pulling rate mouse. To really get the most benefit out of it, you kind of have to have everything, all the other puzzle pieces in place to really get the most out of it. Otherwise, it's really kind of just a waste of money. They do have an XM. I believe they've got an XM2. That's just regular, 1,000 hertz. That's cheaper and still fantastic. And they use the GX, KLGX switches. So you still have fantastic response time, a fantastic built mouse, but you just don't have the crazy pulling rate. But yeah. So yeah, that's my experience so far. I'm gonna still test this out a little bit. I wanna do some pulling rate stability tests. Make sure there's nothing wonky going on between the motion sync and the 8,000 hertz without motion sync. But subjectively speaking, I mean, man, I wish this was wireless. I wish this was wireless so bad, because I just hate the clutter of having the cable over here. This would probably be the mouse I would go to. Like, this would be my pick. Right now it would be between this and the Death Adder V3 Hyperspeed. Those two are like my favorite mice right now. They're also like some of the best. So they just feel great, but just that cable, man, is so annoying. It's not like it makes you worse. Like what I was saying earlier, I don't 100% believe you can be just as good with a wire or without a wire. That's not going to make you less accurate. But man, I just like the visual clutter to be reduced. So I'll probably be still using the WE and the Death Adder in between when this comes out in the wireless version. But yeah, like, I could definitely recommend this for anyone who wants max performance. If you want like the maximum possible performance, you've kitted out your computer with all the right parts and stuff. You've got a good high refresh rate monitor. Yeah, this thing's fantastic. Get this. It's definitely worth the money. But if you don't already have a kitted out computer, you're just someone who's looking for a good mouse, I would still recommend an XM if your hand size and you like the shape is right. But I would probably just get their 1000 hertz version. Like, it's not necessary with all that other stuff. Don't waste your money. It's you work hard for your money. Don't waste it on something that's not actually going to benefit you. But yeah, man. This is good. I really like this. Thanks for hanging out, watching the video. I'll probably play a couple more rounds of Overwatch if y'all want to hang out and just chill. But yeah, it has been real. Thank you for watching the review. I'll have a full proper video out with, like, you know, good B-roll and all the flashy shots and all that stuff. Probably next week. I really want to get back to doing videos a lot. I had to take some time off and just get some things taken care of. I'm doing really well right now. Life is good, and I hope all of your lives are good too. Life is tough, and everyone's having a hard time right now. But you're all worth more than you realize, and you're all awesome people, man. Thank you for being here. I'm just gonna play some games now. If y'all want to hang out. Hopefully I don't suck and make myself look like an idiot. Alright, let's get this Overwatch going. I'm going to do a little bit of testing with a different polling rate. I think I was using the 4K with, what do you call it? With that motion sync. I'm turning it off and just using 8,000 hertz. We'll see how that feels. Yeah, it's gonna be too sweaty. I'm gonna do some hit scan, more aim intensive stuff here. All right, let's get this bungee back on. That's the other thing. Having to use a bungee. Like one more thing you have to have on your desk. Cool. There we go. All right. Howdy, hey. No. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, dude, I don't understand why they're doing it. It looks kind of cool, I guess, but oh, crud, is it? Ah, shoot, I gotta fix that then. Uh-oh. Okay, how's that sound? Ah, shoot, I hope not. I don't have a webcam. Get out of here, dude. Sorry. Oh. What's going on with my mic? Can y'all hear me on stream? Oh, crazy leg. Mobby. Sigma's dead as heck. Oof. All right. Wait a minute. Oh boy. Mm-hmm. Thank you for the save. Dude, it's all good. I was being way too greedy up there. Don't worry, though. Bob is ready. Go get him, Bob. Good try, Bob. See, shots like that, where I'm just like, how did I hit that? Oof. It's all good. It's a good try. Well, I should have given you a heads up, honestly. I totally forgot. I totally forgot we had Life Weaver on our team. Ooh. Those trees have been doing like a ton of work. Oh no. Good stuff. Junkertown. Good old Junkertown. Too many explosions. Oh. How have they not taken it yet? Oh, there we go. Thank you. Oh. uh. Let's see. Try something a little different. Nah, yeah. Do something a little bit more tracking heavy. Oh. How'd I die that fast? Oof. How's everybody's week going? Nope, nope, nope. Ooh. Oh. Hey, hey. All right. One more question. Those of you still watching, do you guys prefer the overhead view like this, or do you prefer more of a face cam? I'm not fine with doing either, but I feel like doing a review, like, you know, y'all want to see the mouse, you don't want to see me. So I kind of like this setup. Yeah, I feel like that's kind of like the big thing. I mean, if I was, I don't know, I might do more just straight up Overwatch and games, like streaming. Would be a lot of fun. I really like doing this. But especially since I'm doing like the review, I feel like this is probably better for like this type of video, I think. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll try just doing some straight up gaming streams. Okay, I'm gonna need you to stop moving so much. Okay, so we got the world's best Genji over here. I'm not mad because I'm jealous or anything. Whew. Oh, jeez. Yeah, why not? Oh. Dang. That's like a Doomfist. Yeah. Let's get some Tracer. Not as good a Tracer. I think they got it. This song. Internally, I am screaming. Yeah, I'll do one more. Let's open up a cold one. Good old Sprite Zero. No sugar, no caffeine. Because I like sleeping. Finally, support. How's it going, y'all? Dun, dun, dun. Main role. I mostly play support and tank. I'll flex onto DPS to do. I like Genji a lot. I suck at him. But if I'm trying to win, I'll usually just play I'll play Cassidy. But on tank I do Ramatra and Diva. Support, I'm big on Lucio and Ana. Those are my homies. Oh, I totally missed that sniper. Shoot. How the heck did I miss her? Worth it. That was stupid. Yeah, I am playing like a goober right now. All right, let's actually try. I gotta sleep someone with the spinny sleep. Oof. Man, these numbers suck. I said I was going to stop sucking, but here I am still sucking. Nope, 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 nope. Oh, no. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, wait a minute. I never get play a game on a... But I'll take it. All right, I think that's the last one for now. Well, thanks everybody for stopping by, watching. It's been fun. I'll have a proper review on the XM2 8K pretty soon, probably within next week. And expect more to come. I've got a long backlog of stuff I need to do reviews on. Yeah, it's been a while since I've put out any proper videos, so it's good to be back. Yeah, it's good to chat with y'all. Take it easy. God bless. And I'll catch you in the next one, okay? Later.